Hello, everybody. Jackie here, and I am streaming this now as I record it on my YouNow. But even if you for any of you, sorry if I'm stuttering. Just a lot going through my mind at once. One thing I can say is that the topic of this video and I'll go into the topic in a second. The reason why this is called hashtag talk is because I wanted to actually cover oh dear. I wanted to actually cover a lot of things at once. Oh dear. Well, specifically two topics. I wanted this to be more of a vlog, so I basically just used gameplay footage over the. And I will also be answering any of my viewers' questions as I record this. And one viewer asks, what is that game? Well, the game I'm playing is Slime Rancher, and it's a fun game. But anyway, this is basically hashtag... this is labeled as talk because hashtag blog wasn't really a choice on YouNow, but I wanted to talk about one thing, specifically two things. First is my autism. That's the first thing. That's the first topic. And the second one is my viewer engagement ideas. Now, I usually am not one to actually discuss my autism with a lot of people, but for those who do not know, since whether you know me or not, I guess I'll tell you something about me. I, Jackie the Gen Vamp, am not perfect. I do things primarily for fun, and I don't exactly profit off of any of my videos, but I make them for fun, and I like to mess around. But one thing I've had this insecurity of is overreacting, and I think it has to do with my autism, in a sense. Well, I'm not using it as an excuse to be a jerk-off or anything. It's just something I started thinking about, and what encouraged me to actually start talking about this sort of thing, believe it or not, was a video made by one of my friends. His name is Whyboy, also known as James Sullivan. I will have his video linked in the description of this video, and for those who do not know, this video will be exported to YouTube. So, moving on. It took me a while to actually think about which game I was going to play when I first started. Sorry, one of my viewers is confused. Oh, what are you confused about? What's wrong? Okay, like I was saying, people, until he answers, basically, one of my friends, Whyboy, made a video talking about autism and... Huh? What am I talking about? I'm talking about autism. Specifically, it's a type of disorder that some people are born with. Not everyone, but you know what I mean, right? So, yeah, moving on. So, yes, autism. It's a mental condition. It's something I have. No need to be sorry, John. It's one of the people streaming. It's all good. Okay, now moving on to, like I was saying about, I know it's a little odd that I would actually stream this, but I figured it would actually make things a bit fun, because this is one of my audience engagement ideas, was to interact with it more through streaming, and then of course recording it like so, all while interacting with people, of course. And that would be interacting more with them on YouNow than anything else. You're welcome. Anyway, moving on. I don't think I know what to feed these guys. Oh my god, I'm getting off track. What's wrong with me? Okay, moving on, because I have a lot to say, and like I said, I have autism. I have the tendency to overreact, overthink, and I have friends who have encountered this on multiple occasions, including one situation that happened online. with a person who commentated on one of my videos. It's not really what he said that bothered me. I forget the guy's name. I think it's Michael something. Yeah. Well, anyway, long story short, it was some guy who commentated on my video, and I overreacted, thinking that just because he took my video and, made a commentary on it, that I thought he was trying to portray me as weak, because I'm the Gen Vamp. Gen stands for General. Not like I'm trying to be a terrible leader or anything, but I did come off as, well, douchey, because I thought he was trying to make me look bad, when that was not the case at all. Eventually, I did apologize, even after the meltdown, and I reconciled, of course. I'm guessing he forgave me as well. But, yeah, that's one of the issues I worked on, because I didn't allow people to use my footage without my permission, yet the Fair Use Defense protects people in that regard, and I would be labeled as a hypocrite. And if I didn't get rid of the no video usage of mine without permission rule, I would go after everyone. It was something that was just bound to happen. And eventually I, of course, like I said, reconciled with Michael. And there were some other cases where I had let hate comments get to me. I don't exactly do that anymore. However, I do disable ratings because I'm not looking for them. Second, it's one of my ways of lashing out at haters, I guess you could say. I know it's kind of a dick move, but hey, I'm a vampire. I don't exactly bound by the laws of society. However, I do want feedback, and I encourage it, but I mostly prefer to, how do you put it, go by comments mostly. Just either private messages or comments, because some people are not used to the exposure. Even though I opened myself up for criticism, that was just part of the ordeal that I needed to get over. Was basically not build walls around myself. In a sense, I still have some walls built around myself. Another thing that was really terrible at the time was having a breakup with a, let's just say an ex-lover. I will not say that person's name. Let's just say that me and that other person won't be speaking anymore. Well, not very much anyway. And it was a classic case of betrayal. I won't say who the person is. But let's just say that that's one of the factors in me becoming really rageful. And the temper issues is part of the autism, when I definitely know better than that. Well, what else can I tell you? Long story short, I'm hoping to get better. I'm here to pretty much showcase that I've done things like that, even have hurt others in the past, some recently. Some may have not exactly forgiven me for that action. And I'm here basically saying that, well, if I do exactly, how do you put it? It's kind of hard for me to word. If I'm open with you guys, will you accept me for it? Because I want to be able to cover what I wish to cover, say what I'd like to say. I'm not exactly racist or anything. I'm spiritualist. I'm bisexual. It's just a common thread, but it's really more of mentally I'm not exactly don't always make the smartest decisions. Sometimes overreacting is a problem for me. I might do my best to keep it under control. I'm just asking, will you guys believe in me and accept me? Thing I've been wanting to ask you guys. Not sure if you guys will, but I hope you do. For you see, just like you guys and pretty much everyone, I am not perfect. I mess around. I like to have fun, just like I am now. Sorry, I'm just wiping my eyes right now. And, well, Okay, there we go. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole ordeal with that. Will you guys accept me? Or else I apologize if I double take. It's one of my problems. Like I said asked before, will you accept me for being autistic? Because anyway, and will you, of course, forgive me if certain things get out of hand, like they have in the past? I'm certain some of you don't know me. Maybe some of you do know me, but yeah. You ever had one of those days where you done something you regretted, and you know you want to make it up to some people, but it was hard to do that because some people just, didn't understand or decided to stop caring or believing? When, if you have true friends or allies or loved ones, they would have your backs no matter what. Unlike some people I experienced. Not saying all of them were like that, but some of them were. And, yeah. Now let's just say that X was one of them. I won't say who the person is, because I like to keep that a mystery. That person knows who the person is. Now, on to the video that inspired me. I have a playlist, and I will actually link that. I created this playlist for touching, autistic, and educational-like videos that, of course, this person, since he's my friend, it's some of which are his videos. He created a series of animals known as Bluebee Pals. And what Bluebee Pals are basically, how do you put it? These little electronic, I guess you could say, stuffed animals. Yeah. And they basically are attached to, I guess, tablets or whatnot. And they're basically are educational tools. There's, of course, a link to that. It's all provided in the playlist that I'm going to be linking in this said video. And I thought it was interesting because I like that James, or Hybitude. I'll just call it, Hybitude. Let's just say that he covered some things that I, for one, how do you put it, have faced while being autistic. I don't use my autism as an excuse, like he pointed out, but he did mention the whole needing to grow up portion in one of his videos, which was his 2 Cents episode 2 video, where he spoke about it for quite a bit. He went kind of quick through it, which I didn't think was the most ethical approach, but whatever, it still was a good video, and I give him much props to that. I also like the discussion of it that he had with his Bluebee Pals that he created. He made a video on that. It was actually the first episode. I'm sorry if I'm wandering around like an idiot, but oh dear, hang on. I forgot what are these guys' feet. I'm really scatterbrained at times too. Sometimes I do act childish, and sometimes put things off till later. That's another one of my issues. Let's see. Diet meat favorites. Don't eat him. Okay. All right. Let's see. What more can I tell you? There's the incinerator that I made. What more can I tell you guys? Wait. I want to be able to engage with audiences, but I need to get over the fact that some people may be different than me and not think the same way as me. Sometimes, one thing I really don't like, as some people may have pointed this, may or may not know this, But I really don't like ignorance or stupidity, because I believe that when used the wrong way, of course, it can be used for comedic effect, but one thing I don't get is how people can be ignorant on certain things. I'm not saying that it's wrong to not know about a certain fact, but when some people prefer to go with only what's popular and not something that's new or different, it just bugs me a little bit. Makes me think that they don't give certain other things much of a chance. Like the fact that people like, you know, okay, not, how do I put it in the best way? Some people like PvP games, which of course are online, and I don't play them very much because I'm not exactly the most sociable person. PvP, for those who don't know, stands for player versus player. These are games strictly on multiplayer, like Overwatch, Team Fortress 2, Counter-Strike. I guess Battleborn would be like that, but that's more co-op mostly. Dota, I guess, would probably be a good example, but I could be wrong. WoW. Basically games that are required to be online to play. Excuse me. Destiny is another example. I apologize. I hope I'm not going off track for any of you. I'm doing my best here to cover some audience engagement ideas. I want to basically cover... This is one of my engagement ideas. I basically want to cover stuff that's not exactly always given the most credit. Now, some might consider me a hypocrite for that, considering that I like Gears of War and that's mainstream. But that's a mainstream title I can get behind. I mean, I don't hate mainstream games or mainstream movies. Sometimes I may go overboard with things, especially when hearing that someone says something. Oh no, not the tar again, yo. Okay, I apologize. I apologize. Sorry if I slur my words. I have a lot on my mind, as you can tell. But it's something that I can get behind. But okay. Sorry, my mind's going blank. What I'm saying is that I would like to actually cover more than what's mostly popular, because usually player versus player stuff is not as interesting to me. I'm more about the adventure and open world type games. I guess you could say, yeah, the adventure, co-op. I guess there'll be some versus mode stuff in there, but I don't know if I would make a good enough series of videos on it. I mean, I don't think I'm good enough for that, I guess, or can make that entertaining enough, since I don't know, my heart wouldn't be in it as much. Realistic games are one thing. Like, try too hard realistic games. To me, some people think they are, like Call of Duty, Battlefield, or what else? Ooh, no. Sorry, I'm going over. No, oh no. Okay, I'm gonna shoot the carrots out here. Okay, sorry. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me today. But yeah. For me, it's just getting over the fact that you need to be able to take criticism better and realize that not everyone's out to hurt me. And yeah. Kind of sensitive. It's one of the things I just need to get over. It's going to take me a bit, but I can do it. The only question is, do you guys believe in me? I'm not doubting you, but I want to hear it. Basically, sometimes it's just better to hear it out loud. I understand some don't know me. Some that do know me. I guess you could say this is kind of a revelation for me. At least I think that's what it's called. What? Rock kitty slime. Rock kitty slime. That's something I never thought I'd say. Sorry, I'm just... I'm trying to keep my mind at ease. It's kind of why I'm playing this game. But, yeah. I do, of course, ask questions if any of you guys have autism and how do you deal with it. I mean, playing games for fun is one of the ways I deal with it. Listening to music also helps. No, do not eat that. Do not eat that. No. God damn it. No. Ow. What? What? What the? What? What is that? What is that? No! Hey! I have no idea what's going on. Give it to me. What? Did I just get more money by sucking up a kitty slime? Oh my god. I think a certain somebody is probably going to be very mad at me once he sees this. Oh my god. Ah! Yeah! Damn it! You stay away from them! You big pile of dung! Why are you... No! Leave them alone, you monster! Hey, Muck called. He wants his design back. Sorry, getting a little off track, but, oh my god, no! You stop that, you mean bastard! Sorry, bro. I need to sacrifice you. Because I need fruit. That came out wrong. As if I didn't have enough of that already. Okay. But yeah, seriously though, even though I am staying on topic, sometimes I go into the game and such. Ah! Damn you! You bastard. You cocksucking bastardo! God, come here, you little shit, or big shit. Down to the drink with you. Okay, moving on. Oh, you awful, awful person. I've also had some depression at times. I mean, I guess, I don't know if it's clinical or not. It doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes it does, especially when I get lonely. Not sure how should I feed you? Okay. Oh, no! Oh, God. Oh, Lord. On the plus side, I've found someone that I actually really care about in my life to replace my significant other. Well, my ex, so to speak. And let's just say that that person, who is a he, has been very good to me. And I'm grateful for that person to be, part of my life. I just want that person to know that. And even though I usually don't make this for profit, usually stars, in a sense, are nothing without their fans. Now, I'm not talking about fantards, but fans. Because I also do this to not just get fans. Sorry if my mind's been wandering, but there's a lot that I wanted to say, and let's just say that, how do you put it in the best way? I also want to make videos and also, how do I put it in the best way? I want to make videos to make friends as well as gain fans. Because that's one of the things that I'd like to happen. I mean, I know that not every YouTuber is going to do that. And I think it would be something nice to do. I don't know anyone who... I know some people are unable to do that, but if they could, I would love to actually do some Let's Plays with them where they'd take part in my stuff. That's why I haven't done certain videos as much. I want to do Borderlands 2, but I need friends to play with. I do have some, it's just a matter of timing and when I'd like it to happen. It's also a matter of my streaming technology, because I use Elgato Game Capture HD. Or, yeah, and that's what I mostly use when it comes to consoles, but when it comes to PC, like now, where a good bulk of my games will be, yeah, I'm thinking that, and this is what I think is good, I'm thinking, what if I could have better technology to do so? I'm not going to, of course, ask for money, because I prefer to do all that myself, regardless of what happens. I have work at school, I can take care of that myself. But, well, some people do, of course, offer money, and I usually refuse unless I really need it. And it's hard to say that when they want to help. And one thing I always do is I'm really grateful, despite my temper issues and sometimes being impatient, flying off the handles, jumping to conclusions. Some people they know that about me. I won't exactly say who those people are, but they know. The ones who know me in real life, after all. It's not just taking suggestions from viewers and gaining viewers and all that, but working with viewers. Excuse me. And I want to be able to do that. It's another one of the engagement ideas that I have. If anyone's willing to be a part of it, I mean, I'm going to do that. And I am thinking about maybe responding to videos, like video responses to people that have commentated on me. I could do that, but I'm very hesitant with that, mostly because I'm uncertain of how to actually handle it, because it depends on what it is. Like in the case of this one anime that a good deal of people like, called Madoka Magica, and Puella Pagi Madoka Magica, or Madoka Magica, whatever. Basically, it's a darker take on the magical girl anime. I'm just giving an example. And let's just say that there's this one case where I was basically made this video to review that, but all while giving exposure to a friend who actually wrote the blog on it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done the video myself, because I just want to tell you right now, I don't agree with my friend on that said video, and it's available on my GenVamp storage unit channel, or my other channel for short. And what I can tell you is that I do not like that anime whatsoever. I hated everything about it, except for, like, I think Saki or Saka. I think it was, I forget. There's one blue-haired chick that I liked in there. However, it was just a darker take on the magical girl anime genre, and I felt that those darker themes didn't work at all. The time travel aspect, the way that the monsters, aka witches, are designed. First of all, they didn't even look like fucking witches, pardon my language. And it was just so fucking boring. Well, not boring, but it was too dark. It's not just the dark, it just wasn't as fun either. And these girls become magical girls because they meet this Pokemon reject named Cubey. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. I despise Cubey with a passion. I mean, I don't even know where to start with that motherfucker. I do not. I'm evil and stuff. Well, to be honest, he portrays himself as nice and tries to make it seem like it's their fault for choosing it. but at the same time, he manipulated them into he manipulates young girls into becoming magical girls. And while becoming a magical girl, it drains a person's life force, basically. And just, it gets worse from there, especially with it being very, very dramatic in all the wrong ways. And it's because of stuff like that, usually it keeps me from wanting to watch shows that I previously thought I would want to see. Previously. And let's just say that one of those shows just so happened to be... what was it? Okay, I saw 2 other dark shows. There was, like, dark-themed shows, such as Breaking Bad and Sons of Anarchy, but that's because I thought that they were anti-hero shows. I thought they were... Well, I understood that that there's character development and such, but it just felt a bit too dark for someone like myself to cover. I thought I was at one point, but it just wasn't for me. And I fell out of it. Oh dear Lord, I need to find stony hens and feed the kittens. I really do. And that's how that came to be. So yeah, then there's Game of Thrones. I wanted to give that a chance, but it's just too dark for my tastes. And sometimes when things are a bit too dark, and usually follow along the lines of being tragedies, usually I am very, 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 very hesitant to actually cover that because I don't like stuff like that. And I'm trying to keep the topic to my 2 topics being audience, viewer engagement, and my autism and how it ties in. The hesitance that I have with trying to cover that is just something I need to work around, but at the same time, because there are going to be animes like that I'm going to be hesitant to cover. And that's just something I need to work around. Even though I mostly don't want to, but it's something. Activate. Sorry, I'm just going to add the silo in. And I'm going to throw in the Koo berries. Sorry, controller's a little sensitive. But, moving on. Let's see, what else can I discuss on this? Have any of you guys, had... Okay, like... Have you ever had, like, problems with, coming up with ideas for, viewer engagement? Especially considering your limitations on things, because that's one thing that's happened to me. I've had limitations on that. And, yeah, that's... What? Hey! What are you doing here? You're not eating no chickens. You spiky bastard. You get out of here. And, yeah, there's depression that tied in with the... Oh, sorry. What I'm saying is, coming up with ideas is good, because I really was thinking originally that had a lot of jokes, but then again, because originally I was thinking of being more like the nostalgia critic, but he went downhill and cared more about comedy than he did making real open-minded reviews. And that's where I had to stop and think, because whether I did stuff mostly for comedy or I did it to make an actual open review. And that's one thing that really kept getting in the way of everything. Okay, I need to feed them. Sorry if my mind is wandering. Okay, good. Okay. Now, what more can I say? Uh, Now, I want to be a good influence to everyone. It's the reason why I brought all this up. Because even though it's usually something I don't like to do, in terms of airing any dirty laundry, because I usually don't. In fact, it's not much of dirty laundry because it's just light mentions. Anyway, back to the Madoka Magica story. I didn't like the anime. I hated it with a passion, and there was someone who responded to the video, and I may have said this already. Well, I did. I just didn't explain it in the best way. At least I don't think so. Basically, he made a response to it, this other person, and one viewer suggested that I respond back, but I didn't think that it would be really good because if I did, because I didn't like that this person took my video and responded to it in the first place, and I went apeshit on him, threatening to sue him, and that didn't put me in a good light. I eventually, of course, was like pissed, and that's why I did that. And after some much calming down after the ordeal, because I knew better, I just say things that I don't mean when I get really pissed off, and maintaining my composure is one thing I struggle with sometimes. Not saying that I am like this to everyone, but it has happened before. And I'm willing to do better if you'll accept me. And will still stand by my side on that. Still support me in getting better. I'm not trying to beg for... I'm not doing this to gain attention. I actually do mean all this. Has happened to me at times. And with me. Sometimes I get over things quickly, sometimes not. Depends on the situation. I have a good heart. I've done good things for people. Sometimes overreacted and did the wrong things. Like with one friend of mine, won't say his name, but let's just say that there were some arguments that happened because I thought that I was being used and I guess you could say not really made a fool out of, but more along the lines of how do I put it in the best way? Not just used, but a matter of disrespected. Like, when it feels like a friend, I thought that one friend, I'm just going to call him Dylan. Just to give a name, alright? Dylan, basically, like, we hung out several times, and sometimes I've gotten overly upset with this person being a bit too distant at times, as I spoke to him about it. And sometimes that person just wasn't open to me as much. I mean, eventually, of course, we worked things out, apologize, and all that. But even though he did, of course, talk to me about some things, I talked to him about, because I did a lot for Dylan. Spent the night at my house. I cooked, I guess you could say I prepared food for him and all that, and hoped that we would stream at some point, which we did. Granted, there could have been some cases where things should have went better, and eventually things did, of course, get better in the long run after the reconcile thing. He's had his fair of hardships too, especially since that person had some trouble living in his house, considering that he was living with another roommate who is his cousin. Well, his cousin's no longer working there, but no longer living at his household. But when he was, let's just say he was a dickhole. And that dickhole was never considerate. He never considered how this other person did, what this person said or did, or how he felt, considering that Sometimes he just doesn't have the energy to clean or take care of the house as much. Regardless of which, I can't go into all the details, but because I don't know all of it, but let's just say that he was mistreated. And I was one person that was more accepting. Especially since meeting him for the first time, I was very caring. Almost too caring. And he didn't ask for anything. I didn't either. I just wanted to have fun and mess around. Sometimes with him focusing so much on one thing, even though at times he does look at whatever we're watching or whatever I'm playing. I just wish that, there would be some times where we'd play co-op like we used to. Don't get me wrong, we're still good friends, me and Dylan. It's not his real name, but you know what I mean. We're still good friends. And he's been a huge help. A good influence, basically. I could say his real name, but I think you all know. Well, you don't all know, but let's just say that this person was great. He still is. He always will be. Helped him a lot, even recently. Especially with providing him with transportation. Considering that I drive and such. I mean, come on, you can't fly everywhere. You would attract attention. Even for a bloodsucker like me. So, I, of course, got my license. And a car, which I've had for quite a while now. And from then onward, things just got better. They got better, and, yeah. Hang on, let me check. Oh, additional storage. That's really good. Sorry, sorry if I'm, getting sidetracked. I'm actually, slime farming. This is Slime Rancher, after all. The game I'm playing, that is. Okay, hang on. A viewer asked me if I could fan him. Sure. I will definitely fan you, Ash H. No problem. I'll do it when I can. I can't exactly do it at this moment, but I will do it. Alright? So, normally I don't make Oh, what the hell's wrong with me? Usually I don't make vlogs because it's always a matter of, well, if I'm going to say anything, it's fear. Because of a lot of hardships that I face, especially with some people who I thought cared about me but didn't. And this is online and in real life, especially with learning about some things in the world that I was misled about, like, well, let's just say that I at one point was always led to believe that, well, at least at one point in my life I was taught to believe, through a conservative mindset of one of my family members. I won't say who, but one of my family members was a conservative bigot in my eyes. And believed that, how do you put it? Hang on, I gotta blow my nose. One of my family members believed that being gay was wrong and not natural at all. Well, that person did not have a good relationship with me and played a factor in the abuse, mental and physical, especially with neglect. That was just another thing that really upset me. And yeah, that person is unfortunately no longer with us, but I wish things were better between me and that family member. For those who don't know, I don't like to keep a lot of my personal life out there. I don't like to necessarily, how do you put it, talk about it usually, and because that's how I am. I guess you could say I stay in the dark a lot. It's just how I am. I mean, sure, I will come out and be social at times, sure, but that's not an always going to happen. And I hope I'm not talking... I hope that what I'm saying makes sense, because I'm doing my best to stay on topic here. Oh my god, the tar again. You... Bastages. Bastages, yeah, that's right. Get in the water. Alright, hey, I said no. No, you stay away, monster. Hey, boogeyman. It took me a while to decide on which game to actually start playing while I actually gave. Oh, no! No, you leave it. No! No! No, you... Ah! Ow. Did I just... Oh my god. I did not expect the tar to show up, and for those who don't know, the tar only wishes to consume everything. They're horrible. Did I save everything? Everyone? Okay, everyone, go back to your normal, crazy, blobby lives. I would say poopy, but no. You guys are like cute little gumdrops. You don't look like poop. That's too easy. Okay, and I mean, I'm of course doing these videos because I enjoy them, not just because I have, you know, fans and whatnot. I mean, it took me a while to decide that I would actually make Let's Plays, because I originally thought it would be a career low, or a huge low point, until I started watching the likes of Markiplier and Game Grumps and Jacksepticeye, and the rest is history. So yeah. What more can I say? I'm trying to think, because it feels like this video has gone on long enough. I don't think I can really say much of anything else, but I guess that's it. Unless anyone has any questions or concerns or whatnot, I mean, shoot them down below while I'm, you know, starting this right now. Because when I end the stream, it's the end of the video. So if anyone has any thoughts or whatnot, please just shoot them down. So yeah, yeah, shoot your ideas in the comments. You know the drill. I will continue to, of course, keep the ratings off. I thought I would keep them on, but I mostly am not looking for ratings, so I just turned that off. I'm looking more for, of course, being influential in some way, and as well as being a positive influence at that, despite my childish ways. Oh, wrong button. Which button? Okay, there we go. I can't believe I had my light on the entire time. What the hell's wrong with me? And just to let you know that I am not prejudiced or racist towards anyone, I could talk about the terrible upset involving the Donald Trump winning the election, but this is not the video for that. So that about covers that. Gets that out of the way. If you guys have like help at all, I mean, like if you really need mental help, or you know, need to see a psychologist or have help, and I mean, if you have mental or psychological issues, it's best to always get help. I can't solve everyone's problems. I can try my best to make you all happy and laugh and stuff, and possibly tell you about stuff you may or may not enjoy. But in a sense, I want to be your friend as well. I mean, that's kind of one of the other reasons why I did this. And it's always good to help a friend in need, or friend in general or to make friends, because you never know what can happen. Just because you don't know someone doesn't mean you can't get to know them. And I mean, some of my friends I met online. I'm not begging for anything, I'm just saying that I'm grateful for having all of you as my supporters and whatnot. Perhaps we can all be friends too. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do, is have this good relationship with you guys. So, yeah. If I have any issues, I'm not sure if I will always talk about them, because I have real friends to talk to that about. But I definitely will discuss it with you when I can. Depends, really. I mostly won't make a lot of videos discussing those, because that's not me. I am a game reviewer, primarily. Even though I initially thought I was going to cover movies and anime and cartoons and stuff like that. But after coming down to it, I always did a lot of gaming. So I made a gaming channel, got some gaming artwork, and the rest is history. So, anyway, what more can I say? If you guys, excuse me, sorry, I have a little bit of a cold on my end. If you have dreams, try your best to accomplish it, or if you have other ideas that you like, if there's anything else that you can do, because even if your plan fails in trying to get something, I don't know why I'm wandering, but like I'm trying to say, if you have dreams, always pursue them, but always have a backup plan, because you're not always going to get what you want. I guess you could say I would be using the Forrest Gump reference. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Oh, God. I don't know where the hell that came from. But yeah, I also am trying to hopefully gain a good audience, even though the people I'm aiming towards are mostly the younger crowd. Because you can't please everyone, even I know that. And hopefully things will get better and such. What? Oh, okay, I thought their eyes were glowing or something. Feed my feeder. Oh my God, its mouth is wide. Look at that. Anyway, but yeah, always, keep striving forward. And of course, if you can't do one thing, always try and find something else that you may end up having a career as. It's always an idea. Don't bite off more than you can chew, if you will. If you know what I'm saying. I guess that comes to the close. I mean, that pretty much brings a lot of this to a close. I'm trying to come up with a way to conclude this. I'm not doing the best job, as I can clearly tell, considering I'm very, very batty. But, how do I put it in the best way? Of course, since I have the ability to do stuff, I mean, if you guys want to learn how to make certain videos, I can help in some regard. I mean, I'd hope to actually get some people to, of course, star in my videos, and I know how to edit and such, and always look for those who want to join up with me. If you don't want to, that's fine, but that's just an if. I can help with some other things. So yeah. You may have to you'll of course have to overcome any shortcomings, and don't be afraid to try certain other new things. Now, I'm not trying to say do drugs or anything like that, but I'm saying, like, expand your horizons a bit. Never do drugs or alcohol unless it's like a loaded cider, because those are really yummy. Just don't have them a lot. It's best not to drink, but it's only good to drink socially and not too much. I mean, But anyway, enough about that. It's best not to drink in general. So yeah, I guess you could say I was probably insert the whole eat your veggies, pursue your dreams, make yourself happy and such, and meet the right people. But it's all a matter of just socializing and on in certain areas or networks and seeing what you can find. You never know what happens out there. Some people say online relationships never work out when that is actually not true at all. I've met some good and bad people through socializing online, and that's how that came to be. So, what are you doing outside? I didn't say you could leave. Oh no, I didn't say you could leave. I'm sorry, guys. I'm talking to the slime. So yeah, I guess that pretty much covers all of this. I'm trying my best to overcome my autism with, of course, exploding on some people. So yeah. Anyway, I do my best to support my loved ones and whatnot, and if you support me, I support you. I follow back, and if I don't always catch something, I can work around that. So, I think that maybe, everything will work out. So, I think that everything is going to be alright eventually. It may not be for some people, but who knows? I can't control everyone. And so, I guess that's it. So remember to believe in yourself, have confidence, all that good jazz. And I can understand that some people may be thinking that it's best to make videos for a living, but not everyone is going to be successful in that regard, and who knows, you may be able to do it if you have a sponsor or whatnot, but I don't know all the details of that. So I guess you could say that's about it for that. I apologize if this is going on a little too long, but I hope this has been some good encouragement for anyone out there, including those who have autism or whatnot. So I think that no matter what, you should always make something of yourself in some way for the better. Make a positive difference in some way. It may not always be the biggest and best thing in the world, but hey, you don't always have to be rich to be happy, because money can't buy everything. But having some good loved ones and doing what you love, and I guess living where you want to live or whatnot, whether it be close to family or friends or whatnot, that's another good thing. Work around your shortcomings like I'm trying to do, because it will always work out if that occurs. So anywho, I've wandered around and blabbered for long enough, so I'm gonna cut it here. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next videos. Stay batty, my friends, and I'll see you all next time. And don't forget to subscribe.